6'6" rule.
6 foot tall.
Makes 6 figures.
Yes.
6 inches.
I think like the height thing is crazy. We've talked about it. We've had people on. We've had, you know, like the height thing is crazy, especially if you're like in Miami, like a lot of Hispanic women, they're short. But I don't understand. You're fucking 5'1" and you want to date a guy, like you wouldn't date a guy who's fucking 5'10" or 5'8" or 5'7". Even if you wear 6-inch heels, they're still gonna be taller than you. That's a crazy like expectation that you have.
I'm really pissed about that one.
No, because if you think about it,
You've been called short before, huh?
I am short. I'm a short guy.
I've been 5'5" my whole life, 5'4", 5'2" and a half my whole fucking life.
And it's
What?
but
How
it's
tall are you?
5'9", something like that. 5'8", 5'9".
Let me see your ID. So it's 666.
Yeah.
You have to keep 2, kill 1. Money would be 40 grand. Height would be 5'5".
Okay.
Maybe even 5'4".
So I'm losing 2. Yeah.
And then dick size, maybe 3 inches hard. 4 inches. I'll give you 4. I'll give you the 4
fuck.
inches.
Okay.
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. Before you go crazy on me, just hear me out. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family, but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families. Like, we're not talking about like a bum bitch. We're talking about like a very decent young lady. So I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a 6-pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2". I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your fucking dreams. No, I've had girlfriends tell me like, oh my God, no, he's great, this and that, like, but I can't do a short king. So you're telling me you found a guy that's like not bad looking, has a great job with benefits, like financially stable, comes from a great family, and you can't do it because his legs aren't long enough? Like, you bitches are out of your minds.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's not lowering your standards. I don't know if that's the right wording. I think it's being realistic with like what you're looking for, like or like understanding what it is that you want in a person.
If I may,
Yeah.
that's what she put in the caption, actually.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider it lowering your standards, just being more realistic.
Yeah.
This was reposted, actually. So someone reposted this, and that's what he had put in the caption. I wouldn't consider it lowering your standards, just being more realistic. And that's what everyone else said in the comments. Not everyone, but most.
Yeah, like there's certain things that I don't want to say specifications, but certain qualifications that you want in a person, whether that it's in a man or in a woman, that you should abide by and that you should strive to look for. And I'm 100% for that. You want somebody who comes from a good family, maybe somebody who's passionate about the things that they believe in, somebody who's hardworking, empathetic, like certain qualifications that, yeah, like if my qualities, yes, that if we have children in the future, I would want my kids to be like their father or like their mother. Would you be proud if your future children would be like your partner? And if the answer is no, then what are you doing with this person? So yes, certain characteristics are important. But then when you're talking about like, oh, he has to be this tall and drive this type of car, and like that's where you're losing me, and I think that's where you're losing a lot of really good men out there. So that's my kind of take on it. I've heard similar kind of spiels like, oh, it has to be this and this. They have a list that is this fucking long, and then it's like, out of all those things that you want in a man, how many of those things are really important, really matter? And so it's like you can probably cut that list into fucking like this long, really, And so, yeah, it's not lowering your standards. It's just kind of understanding of it, what is really important to you.
Do you think women, the older that they get and the longer they stay single, they should start removing things off their list?
That's funny. I think when you're young, like you don't really think about like, oh, I need to find a man or I need to have kids or so. I guess it's when you're 22 years old, your list of your ideal partner, that list is gonna look a lot different than if you're 32. So I think that is in a sense normal because when you're 22, you don't really know, and I guess maybe as time goes on, you realize maybe those things aren't that important. Maybe this thing doesn't really matter, and so I think time has a way of humbling all of us. And as the older you get, you realize, oh shit, like I'm running a little bit out of time. I've gone this far in life and nothing really to show for. Let me maybe reevaluate that list that I had when I was, when I first started dating, 10 years ago. So I think as time passes on, it's kind of a way of humbling us all, and we realize, hey, this is important to me. This isn't, and yeah, in a way, like 32, you haven't found a good guy or whatever the age is, 35, 36. Yeah, can you really demand the same things that you could when you were 20 years old? Maybe not.
So I just sent you another clip to the podcast page, and I'd like for us to see it together.
Okay.
But it ties into kind of certain qualifications, but this is just basically on 3 factors, and then it talks about like the percentage of men who have these.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, just go ahead, and I already have it saved and downloaded, so you let me know when you're ready.
And I'm gonna go on it.
6 rule.
6 foot tall.
Makes 6 figures.
Yes.
6 inches.
If you're a single woman and you're trying to date, you are looking for probably these qualities in a man.
In the U.S., 14.5% of all men are 6 feet or over.
Damn.
Shit. So good luck.
Tough there already. Just on the height alone, that's tough. 17% of American men make over $100,000. Okay, at 6 inches, you're in the top 15th percentile.
Damn.
So you're looking for somebody who's in the top 15% of dick size, top 17% of annual salary, and top 14% of height.
Why do I feel like those are so low? Because I feel like there's so many out there.
No, dude.
You don't think?
No.
Well, 666 rule. What do you think about that? I mean,
same exact thing. But at that point, it almost feels like, okay, if they're all within the top, give or take 15%, right? In each category. And you want a guy that has all 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have my calculator out, but the percentage of that is even slimmer. And that's what every woman wants.
Yeah.
So at that point, we talk about the list, right? Where do you start being a little bit more
Forgiving?
realistic?
Yeah. I think like the height thing is crazy. We've talked about it. We've had people on. We've had, like the height thing is crazy, especially if you're like in Miami, like a lot of Hispanic women, they're short. Dude, just date somebody who's like, you can wear heels and you still like, they're still a little bit taller than you. It's fine. Like you don't need to date
or
somebody
just
who's
don't
fucking
wear heels if it's that big of a deal for you, right? Like you don't want to be seen with someone who's super short. Then you could just not wear heels.
Dude, what I don't understand, you're fucking 5'1", and you want to date a guy, like you wouldn't date a guy who's fucking 5'10" or 5'8" or 5'7". Even if you wear 6-inch heels, they're still gonna be taller than you. Like that's a crazy like expectation that you have.
I'm really pissed about that one.
No, because if you think about it,
You've been called short before, huh?
I am short. I'm a short guy, and
How tall are you?
5'9", something like that, 5'8", 5'9".
Let me see your ID.
Read the ruler. The ID is gonna say 5'8". I think it's false. I think it's 5'9". I gotta get it rectified.
Anyways,
so I yeah. What are you saying? You're calling me short? No, but that's a big, because no, it's totally me. But it's one thing if you like. I understand that if you don't want to date a guy who has like a small ass dick, fine, sure, because that's you're gonna be the rest of your life with that person. Dick size is not gonna grow as they get older, like that's kind of all you have. So fair. You want to be somebody who's successful. I mean, $100,000 in this day and age is not that much, to be honest. We've talked about this as well. If you have a guy who's ambitious, hardworking, I think that's more important than somebody who just, makes more than what you're looking for. But the high thing is crazy. Something's got to give, and if you put into reality of how rare it is for you to find somebody who has all those 3 things, qualifications. I mean, it's you might as well play the lottery, because that's just as much was likely as you're to find the person. Like, play the fucking lottery, because you have a better chance of fucking winning the lottery is than to find a guy who fits into that kind of category. I think that's crazy.
It's frustrating because like it's a lot of things that at least 2 of the 3 men can't really control. Can't control your height. Can't control the size of your dick. And it's like, should that stop me from just finding love, like someone to love me for who I am. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like it's so silly. So then, like, where do you find? Well, then again, maybe these guys, maybe they have to be realistic of their standards.
Yeah.
Of, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Because like these women, they are a little bit unrealistic of wanting like what that 6'6" rule, 6 figures, taller than 6 feet, bigger than 6 inches.
Yeah. Which out of all those three things, which one is most important to you to have as a quality for yourself, like that you value the most, or if you could like,
Well, I'm not even 6 feet tall.
would you want to be taller?
Would I want? No, I'd make more money.
So that's out of all those three things, that's the most.
What I
important.
would rather, if I can choose one, that I
Yeah.
would want to. Yeah. Oh, good question.
And then you have to, but you have to also give something else up. So would you want to reduce your dick size in order to make more money, or reduce your height in order to make more money?
Oh.
What do you think?
So it's either I make 6 figures, I'm taller than 6 feet, but I have a little dick.
Yeah.
I'm taller than 6 feet, I have a big dick, but I'm not making 6 figures.
Right.
90 grand. Or I have I'm taller than what's the last one? I have bigger than 6 inches, big ass dick, a lot of money, short, Gabe.
I love how it just came to you.
You guys are probably thinking it too. No, but it's true. I don't know. I think. I mean, okay. Look, I'm not 6 feet tall right now.
But you're 5'11", 5'10"?
Sure, we can go with that one.
5'10".
I don't know. I'm like 5'9", 5'10". I'm like almost 5'10". Like
Okay.
5'9" and 3/4. We'll call it 5'10".
5'10".
It's close to 5'11", which 5'11" is close to 6 feet. I'm 6 feet tall. Dick size. I think I'm within average. I'm within what's acceptable. I think if I had to give one up, would probably be the 6 feet. I don't mind. I'm fine with my height. I'm not 6 feet tall, but
I'm fine with my height too. Like I've been this tall all my life. I can continue to be
so
this
which
tall.
one would you give up?
In order
The
to
height?
make more,
Would be the height?
like to be shorter now than I am.
No. So
Yeah, I would give up the height because
So you want the iron and you want the money.
yeah. I'm comfortable down there. I definitely want to make more money, but the height, I mean, you know, like.
But then what do you? But then again, but you're in a relationship right now.
Yes.
If you were single and a woman's like, "Oh, short king, you short king,"
But I've been single, like I've been single before I met my girl, and like like being short. I mean, I'm sure it has disadvantages. I've probably been experienced, but I'm also not like
not that short.
I'm not a midget. I'm not Gabe. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, Gabe. Yeah.
But it's true. No, but I see what you mean. No,
Yeah.
but okay.
And
So
we live in Miami. A lot of guys are short.
let's up the ante. Okay, you're not okay. So it's 6'6".
Yeah.
You have to keep 2, kill 1. You can't
Ah.
have one of them, right? You cannot have one of them.
Okay.
So same thing we're talking about. However, the caveat is it's not what you have right now. Money would be 40 grand.
Oh.
Okay. Height would be 5'5",
Okay.
maybe even 5'4".
So I'm losing 2. Yeah.
And then dick size, maybe 3 inches hard. 4 inches. I'll give you 4. I'll give you the 4
fuck.
inches.
Okay. And
So you have to trade. Which one are you trading? Do you want, instead of a 6-inch dick, a 4-inch dick hard? Would you, instead of being 6 feet tall or your current height 5'4",
oh boy.
or instead of making 100 grand, you make 40 grand? You can keep 2. You gotta.
So I keep 2 of my qualities right now, or
No. Like, if that were the case, which one would you, like, which bad one would you take?
I would take less money.
So 40 grand.
Yes.
You'd accept taking 40 grand in order to be 6 feet tall and have a 6-inch dick.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because the truth of the matter is, you can make more money. Like
No, you're 40 grand.
for the rest of my life.
You got to pick, dude.
Okay, that's a tough stipulation because I'm like, okay, like, because you can always make more money, but once you're that height, you can't get taller, you can't get a bigger dick.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So You threw that in there.
I
at the
think
end.
money is the only variable within those
It
three
fluctuates, dude.
that you're actually able to control. Yet
Yes.
men are getting hounded for not being 6 feet tall when they can't control that.
Can't control
Unless
it.
you get that height lengthening
Which
surgery.
that seems crazy.
Seems ridiculous.
and absurd.
Is there a way to grow your dick?
They have those penis pumps. I don't know exactly how that works.
But a penis pump is just for the moment, no?
Yes, we've talked about it with this one of the specialists that we had on.
Burrito.
I think there's a way to. I don't know what he. I don't remember what he brought up. And they have certain injections, or they have like
You gotta
skin
cut something.
skin grafts, so that they take something from one piece to another and then make it longer. I don't know.
I think you're talking shit.
I don't need it. I'm good.
But okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's the. Well, anyways, but we
Yeah.
go back to being realistic on all these other women, right? Let's
Yeah.
go back to the topic.
You don't want to keep talking about the dick size.
Okay, no, not this kind of podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that women maybe they should be a little bit more realistic. I just feel like some men like they just like, man, I just want someone that I could date and call my own,
Yeah.
and I can't because I'm not tall enough, which I can't control. Yet you talk to a woman who they're like, oh yeah, I don't want to date anyone small. I want them to be ripped, and they look like fucking whales, like they look like tanks. And it's like you can control that,
Yes, 100%.
right? And I even think some men would even like dating taller women. It's kind of different.
It is.
Maybe it might be a kink. It's not like
Yeah.
it's harder for you to date. If anything, you could date taller men. Taller men will look at you and you're still short.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure. I guess. Yeah. I guess the truth of the matter is like, you have to be on like, look at, because people think that what you see on social media is reality when it isn't. They like, and I think social media has everybody's minds like twisted, like that you can fucking be with somebody who's rich and you go on a date, they spend $1,000 on a dinner date or whatever. That's not the real world that we live in. Or buying you a fucking Birkin bag and this and that, and like they see that on social media. Maybe they see it in movies or whatever the fuck, or hear it in songs, and they think like, well, if this is happening to these women, it got to happen to me. And so I think that's where a lot of women go wrong, And I'm sure a lot of women have missed out on really good men just because they may have not, met certain qualifications on that list, that imaginary list. So
It also reminds me of a lot of these videos of these guys that they're posing in front of the camera and they're like, oh, a super mid physique in 2024. And then it dates back to like, oh, superhero physique back in like the 2000s where
I've seen it.
Tobey
yeah.
Maguire when he was
Yes.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And he looked like someone in decent shape. I remember watching that movie for the first time. And from when he looked at first to that moment, I'm like, oh, shit, he got some muscle on him. And at that age, and I was a little kid, so I'm like, man, I want muscles like him.
Yes.
But now with social media, you see all these like huge body, but you see like a Chris Bumstead, you're like, oh, that guy, he's big.
So if you're not that size, then
If
you're
I'm
small.
not- yeah, right.
Same concept, like physique, your lifestyle, your money, whatever. So, yeah, I think people just need to live in reality and get off their phones. My take.
What's your take?
That's my take.
I agree.
There you go. That being said, let us know your thoughts on this. It was a nice reaction video, but I think she's making sense. To be honest with you.
I agree. All right, guys. See you next time.
Till next time.
We love you.
Shout. Bye.
Bye.